Right now, presenting a plastic driver's license is a private exchange effectively between you and the person who's checking it. But with a digital ID, each verification could phone home to the government. In other words, it could notify a central database every time that your digital ID is used, telling officials where, when, and why your ID was checked. So potentially this could reveal your location, your intentions, your plans, and they will be immediately available to the government that issued your digital ID. The process will be instant. Needless to say, that's not just a privacy concern, it is the potential foundation of a national tracking system. Starmer insists that the digital ID is not an all-encompassing card. He says it's just to prove your right to work in the UK, and it's not required for healthcare, welfare, or police checks. But critics argue, for how long? Once the infrastructure is in place, once it is implemented, what's stopping future governments from expanding the use? For taxes, for example, for banking, for financial services, public transport, for social media access, or even facial recognition-enabled surveillance at protests, for example, or let's say sports matches. In 2024, the UK passed the Online Safety Act, which critics already say undermines digital privacy. Add a mandatory digital ID system to that, and you start to see the pieces of a far more authoritarian framework actually coming together. The government insists that the system will be secure, inclusive, and privacy conscious. Of course it will be. Officials promise support for people without smartphones or reliable internet too, including face-to-face ID options for older people or the homeless. But cybersecurity experts warn any centralized digital ID database is a prime target for hackers, for foreign states, and for corporate misuse. One breach and millions of people's personal data could be exposed online.